The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, 90 days of boxing, day number 63 here on True School Sports. We're more than two-thirds of the way home on our 90 days of boxing journey. And I gotta say, man, what a journey it's been. And you know what? I'm mad late tonight, but like they say, better late than never. So we'll see how it goes, man. We'll fill this one out to see how long it goes, man. I just wanted to come on here and talk to you guys, speak my piece, and um, just talk some boxing, man. Interact with the people. It's been a long day for your boy BT. Went to the gym, worked out, did some interviews, made some content, and now we're just here, talking boxing with you guys. Now we're just here trying to see what's up. I mean, I know there's been a lot. Yeah, I've been shout out to Andrew. Good to see Andrew in the chat. He says, "My man, you gotta watch Magnesi versus Rikishi." Yeah, I've been seeing it all over my timeline. So I think that's probably gonna be the first thing on my agenda when I wake up tomorrow. But heard about it. Heard it was a great Japanese fight. Heard it was a war. So yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll check it out, man. But it's been a long day so far for me, man. Just doing a little bit of everything. Did some interviews. I got a good interview coming out real soon. So wait on that. Um, the ref tried to kill Magnesi low key, but it was an unreal fight. Well, I know you listen, man. Talkers, I know you're a boxing degenerate like me. So if you're saying it was an unreal fight, then it had to be an unreal fight. It had to be um, as such. But big news in boxing today seems to be Dave Benavidez. Dave Benavidez and Canelo still the talk of the week. Overshadowing everything. Benavidez is actually talking about he want to go to Saudi now, and he's getting Turkey Al Sheikh involved, trying to get him to put some money behind this fight. So we'll see how that goes, man. We'll see how all that goes. But what's the word? Talk to me, guys. We here. We're here. Make sure you smash that like button and definitely leave your comments down below. I'm just chilling, man. It's been, like I said, a long day. Earlier today, I'll tell you guys who I interviewed. So today I actually interviewed Sergey Bohachuk, but I gotta edit it. So it's like a 20-minute interview with Sergey Bohachuk. It should be out in the coming days. So wait on it. I did that. I also went on this one channel, Zapata Boxing. Zapata Boxing. This guy George Zapata. He used to he used to comment on my videos back in the day all the time. So he actually interviewed me. So I did interviews. I got interviewed. I made content. I went to the gym. I did some other stuff in boxing that I can't really talk about right now, but I'll be talking about it in the coming days and weeks when I can. But man, crazy times ahead for your boy BT and True School Sports. Shinobi, shout out to Shinobi. He says, "Hey BT, I want my first fight of the Golden Gloves in Roswell, and I believe that's New Mexico. First round knockout. Hey, shout out to you, man. Listen, a lot of fighters, a lot of people who box themselves, who compete, they come on here. So shout out to all you guys competing and working hard and staying disciplined and sacrificing all the things that normal people sacrifice. 'Cause when you're a fighter, you got to sacrifice a lot of things. Sacrifice time with your family. Sacrifice time with, sacrifice time from chasing ass and girls. You got to sacrifice time from a lot of things. So the fact that, you're competing and you won, God bless you, man. And shout out to all the fighters out there in the world trying to make something happen in this crazy sport. It's the hardest sport in the world to make it in any and I'm not even just talking about fighting. I'm talking about in all aspects. I'm talking about managing. I'm talking about promoting. I'm talking about everything, TV, everything, anything in regards to boxing. If you decide to even dip your toe in the water and try to figure out what's what and carve your own niche out, it is the hardest sport in the world to make it. And I stand by that. Daniel Rubin, what's good? Shout out to the fine folks at ProBox TV, guys. Tip of the cap as always to the fine folks. I gotta get a haircut tomorrow. To the fine folks at ProBox TV, Daniel Rubin's in the building. They put on great shows. ProBox TV, great content, great match fights. They're gonna be having two cards coming up soon. They're gonna have March 27th, Nicholas Walters against Joseph Adorno, the return of the Axeman. I'm gassed about that. see what he still got left. And then April 10th's the big one, baby. The big one is April 10th. Angelo Leo, Chinito be taking on Eduardo Baez, and I'll be there for that one. So I'm gassed to be back in Plant City. I can't wait. I wish time would just speed up so I could be in Plant City already. But listen, man, listen, guys, we got 13 people here. I only got 3 likes. Y'all that stingy? This is the 63rd live in a row. I mean, I know the Boxing Voice goes live like every day, but outside of maybe like the Boxing Voice, I don't know nobody else going live 63 days in a row. So smash that like button. Andrew said, my amateur season this year has been ruined. I got cut badly in September, and then in my first sparring session back, I snapped my that's tough too. Ligament in the thumb, so you messed up the thumb, man. That's speed of recovery, man. That's a horrible feeling. You put in all that work, you get ready to fight, and then you start tearing ligaments in your thumb of all places. You know, it could have been your middle finger, it could have been your ring finger, your thumb. I mean, that's tough. So hopefully recover. It's hard, man. It's hard. One thing about being a fighter, I can say, is the really great fighters. It don't matter what style they fight. They all have a really high pain tolerance, for the most part. They're like the real good ones, the real great ones. He says, I need to turn my shots over properly. Yeah, man. Sometimes, look, all you gotta do, man, is just sit here and just do this all day. Just do this. When you throw your hook, make sure you snap that shoulder. Bring the hook all the way across. You know, the little mechanics, man. They make all the difference. BT, Tito Mercado keeps on lowering his level of opposition after he had a couple of good wins. Well, I'm not even sure who he's fighting next, so you got to put me on Game Master who he's fighting next. But as far as Tito Mercado, look, man, Tito Mercado don't got a major promoter. And one thing people got to understand about boxing is if you don't got a major promoter or network behind you, bankrolling you that money, for the most part, it's going to be hard to get good opponents because most people in boxing aren't rich. They're not. So you got to really go ahead and make sure you get some people that can invest in your career, that believe in you, you know. Did you see Albert Bell nearly catch a body? I saw the highlights. I had a friend of mine, my boy Hyro, shout out to him. He sent me some highlights. So I didn't watch it live, but I did see the highlights. Shout out to Albert Bell, man. Albert Bell still pounding that pavement, knocking on the door of a world title shot. So hopefully it pans out for him, you know. He's been waiting for a long, long time to fight for a title. Enrique says, Champ, when you're leaving Arizona, when are you leaving for Arizona? And Denise Estrada is going to be undisputed. Wednesday. I'll be leaving Wednesday. Wednesday night, the 27th. I'll be leaving. So when I get there on Wednesday, I'll be there Friday. Oh no, I'll be there Thursday. I'll be there Friday, and then I'll leave Saturday morning, and then I'll be in Vegas for Fundora versus Zeus. So man, I'm excited, man. I'm excited to get back on the road. You know, it's been a solid, nice little month here in South Florida, but you know, I like being where the action is at. So I can't wait to be back out west again. What are your thoughts on Zhang versus Wilder? Obviously, a really explosive fight for the division. 2 big punchers. 2 guys that really know how to turn the lights off. I mean, there's not a whole lot to complain about. I mean, both guys are coming off of losses to Joseph Parker, which is crazy to think because Joseph Parker was underdog in both fights. But that's an entertaining fight. You know, we know Zhang don't want a Hrgovic rematch, so he's gonna fight everybody else in the division but Hrgovic. But you know, it's a good fight. I'm not complaining. Good fight. Hopefully for this fight, Zhang, you know, cuts about 10 to 15 pounds, gets in the same shape that he was in for the Hrgovic fight, because I think his conditioning and his shape really let him down in that Joseph Parker fight. That Bivol versus Beterbiev card is looking stacked. Plus, it's on regular ESPN. Well, I know that Hrgovic, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but isn't Hrgovic Dubois supposed to be on that card? Because I know Hrgovic Dubois is supposed to be in June in Saudi. So, is that the card? I'll tell you this, man. If they got Philip Hrgovic on Beterbiev Bivol, I might F around and go to Saudi. I mean, we might need to work something out, you know? We might need to work something out when I go to Saudi. So, Hrgovic Dubois, Wilder Zhang. It's a big-time card. That's a lot of action. And you telling me Beterbiev Bivol on the same card? Because I saw all these fights getting made, but I didn't realize they were all for that one card. So that's that. You know what? Saudi. I might be coming to Saudi. I might be coming to the Middle East. We might have to see what the Middle East is about. Because I've always said, man, look, if Philip Horgovich gets a notable fight in the Middle East, I'll go. And the Dubois fight is a good enough fight, and it's on the Bivol Beterbiev card. I mean, Bivol Beterbiev is the most significant fight of the year, not the biggest, not the highest grossing in pay-per-views, but the most significant, the one that means the most. Because I think the winner of this fight, whether it's Bivol or whether it's Beterbiev, truly cements themselves as one of the all-time greats of the sport. So. And the light heavyweight division is a glamour division. The light heavyweight division where, it's one of the original 8-weight classes. We haven't had an undisputed light heavyweight champion since God knows when. So, and then on top of that, the cherry on top of it is you got the best finisher in boxing taking on arguably the best pure boxer in the sport. So the style-wise, it's even, like, it just ticks all the boxes. Legacy, style-wise, stacked undercard with heavyweights. I mean, if there was ever a card I was going to go to in Saudi, this would be the one, and it's crazy because so many things going on in June. Like, you got that going on. The Boxing Hall of Fame weekend's going on that week. In late July, early August, I'm going in Japan. So, who knows where the boxing journey takes us. But shout out to everybody here. It's the untouchable True School Sports Empire. Your boy BT just checking in. Keeping the streak going, 63 days in. Tomorrow's Saturday, right? Or I guess you could say today is, right? Today is Saturday. It's about to be Saturday. I'm gonna ask again because I asked the last live. Now people were asking me. They said, BT. Some people were telling me, BT, you should go live for the Panthers and the Rangers. We don't care about Jorge Zepeda and Dalton Smith. You'd probably be more excited for the Panthers and Rangers. So I'm gonna ask again. Panthers and Rangers, game reaction / random boxing talk, or Zepeda versus Dalton Smith live fight reaction? Answer below in the comments. We're here. Albert Bell is back. He knocked the crap out that dude. Yeah, I seen it, Hyros. Vicious knockout. Shout out to Albert Bell, pounding that pavement, knocking on the door of the world title shot. Next Gen comment, what's good? What's good, man? Good to see you. Hope all is well. Good to see you. Yeah, the NBA Finals is in June, Raphael, but I don't really follow basketball like that. I'm a Hornets fan, so basketball's not really something I like to watch. And yeah, Madison versus Queensberry card. I mean, listen, Madison versus Queensberry, big time rivalry. Honestly, I'm gonna watch my boy Lil Cracker debut on his Misfits. Been following him for 4 years, grinding real boxing content. Is that tomorrow as well? Zhang looks beatable. Zhang looks more beatable than Wilder this fight. Yeah, it'd be a good fight, man. Look, anyone can get cracked and lose that one. So that's the intrigue of it all. They're both so vulnerable that you just don't know who's gonna win. We rather see you watch the Panthers. Not all boxing is good boxing, especially Eddie Hearn. So Hyro spoke. Hyro wants the special Florida Panthers, New York Rangers stream tomorrow. / random boxing talk. Y'all can ask boxing questions too, but I might just do that, man, because Dalton Smith versus Jorge Zepeda, I'll watch it. I'll do my post-fight review video on it, but and I hope Zepeda wins. Zepeda's cool. I had a chance to meet Zepeda when I was out in LA. My boy Eric Lanzas Jr. sparred him. I like Zepeda, but it ain't it. The sooner the majority of these Brits stop popping up Dalton Smith up, the better. A very limited fighter. I hope he kind of gets beat because I can't deal with the hyperbole from him around these guys. What part of the UK is Dalton Smith even from? Like, I saw him fight one time. I think I saw him. I can't even remember. I saw him fight on an undercard, and he didn't impress me. He didn't like blow me away. The fact that I can't remember too much about him lets me know that he wasn't too great whenever I watched him. He said Enrique said hockey action. Yes, go Panthers. All right, so that's 2. We got the Panthers. We got the Panthers. We got the Panthers Rangers up 2-0. Watch the Panthers. I want to see Pop watch the Panthers too. Okay, there you go. Fuck it. We'll go live for the We're gonna go live for the Panthers Rangers tomorrow. I know not everybody here is a hockey fan, but fuck it. We're gonna convert people into Panthers fans on this channel. And I'm telling you guys, I'm probably gonna be more hyped for that than I am boxing, honestly, because that's a big game tomorrow. It's a huge game. The Panthers are on a bit of a losing streak. They got their ass whooped last night when I went to the game. They lost 3-0. So it's a big game, one of the biggest games in hockey before the playoffs. So big time stuff. This is so sad. This is the biggest step up fight in Wilder's career. I don't know about all that, man. I mean, he did fight Tyson Fury, so you can't say that. BT, can you interview Raymond Murataya, please? I mean, if we cross paths, yeah, I'd love the opportunity to interview Raymond Murataya. Guys, look, when it comes to these interviews, I'm a yes man. I love talking to the fighters, you know? Hold on, guys, hold on. I gotta charge my computer. I'm a yes man when it comes to the fighters, so if he's down for it, I'm down for it. I like Raymond Murataya. He's a good fighter. You know, God willing, our paths cross. Hopefully our paths cross, and hopefully we go ahead and get it in, man. He's a hell of a fighter. You know, he's a guy that I think is going to be right there challenging all the guys for the world title. So I'm looking forward to seeing him in action next week, you know, in Arizona. We see. Raphael says, keep that same energy for the Panthers Knights. Yo, Raphael, I'm going to be in Vegas March 30th, from March 30th to April 6th. April 2nd, I think it's, no, not April 2nd. Is it April 1st or April 2nd? The Knights are going to be playing the Canucks. So I don't, something came up, so I might have to leave Vegas for like a day or two. But if I wind up being in Vegas for the April 2nd Canucks Knights game, I'm going to that game literally just to cheer and hate on the Knights. I'm gonna go there just to cheer. I'm going with my Panthers jersey on, my Panthers shirt, my Panthers hat. I'm going to just to hate. Fury was coming off a long layoff, so it wasn't a step up. Fury's resume wasn't great to begin with. Yeah, I mean, Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury, man, he needs to come out here. He needs to really show out against Usyk, because after how bad it looked against Ngannou, for AJ just going there and just flattening Ngannou like he was a piece of trash, it makes Fury look really bad. So, yeah, man. And Rex says, Raphael says, all right, let me know, bro. I want to go to the Box Fit Expo. For sure, man. I'll definitely hit you up. I'll definitely hit you up, man. I definitely want to hang out with you a little more this time when I'm there, because last time I didn't get a chance to really hang out with you like I wanted to. Who are the best fighters in hockey right now? Now I can't speak for most of the rest of the NHL. Well, I can speak for a couple teams, because I know like the teams in the East pretty well. So like I know on the Capitals you got like Tom Wilson, he's pretty good. But on the Panthers, on the Panthers are probably the best team at fighting. We're the best team at fighting and kicking the shit out of people. So you got Mitch, you got Nico Mikola, you got Matthew Tkachuk, all the fighters. We want all the smoke. I would say you need to come to the UK, but I wouldn't want to change the subject. I wouldn't want to subject you to any. Yeah, I would love to go to the UK. I'm good friends with Isaac Chamberlain, the cruiserweight. So I mean, if Isaac Chamberlain were to get like a big fight, a big of enough fight, who knows, man? I'd love to go over to the UK. At some point in time, I don't know when, but I have to go to the UK. It's something I think about very often, because I went to the UK back in 2019 when I was like, what? How old was I? I was 24 years old when I went to the UK. I'm 29 now. So I went in 2019, and I was a young kid. It was a very poorly planned trip. It was a very poorly planned trip, and I didn't get to really see what I wanted to see in the UK. So I kind of have a bad perspective of the UK just because of myself. But I want to go back and cover some boxing and see more of the UK. Isaac Chamberlain is gonna get absolutely battered by Michael Cheslak. Absolutely not. That's not happening, champ. And the new European champion. Can we get a prospect review for the Florida Panthers? I'll give you guys my prospect review tomorrow before the game. I'll go live like a couple minutes before the game, and then we'll talk. But they're a hell of a team, man. They're one of the best teams in the league right now. I think, and some people would say the best, but definitely the most entertaining. They fight people. They kick the crap out of them. They score a lot. They score a lot of goals. They got a lot of skilled players. So there's no team more fun to watch in hockey than the Panthers. BT, do you think Wilder versus Parker is a mismatch? They already fought, and I picked Parker to win, and I wasn't doubtful about it at all. Um, Real talk, you gotta go to Edinburgh. I'm biased because I live here, but it's the best city in the world. Real life Harry Potter set. Okay, well, listen, I would love to come to Scotland. Shout out to the Scottish. I'm still the president of the Josh Taylor American Fan Club. So yeah, I'll love to go to Scotland, Wales. The next time I go to the UK, I need to make sure it's one of the best trips of my life. So when I'm coming to the UK, you guys will know. But for now, we're gonna focus on the states. I'll be going out west. Sounds like you planned your Japan sounds like you planned Japan better than your UK trip. Yeah, well, I was older, I was smarter, and I just think I was happier. I was going to Japan was a dream come true. It changed my life, and I can't wait to go back. Now that I went to Japan, one of my goals is like I know a lot of fighters, so I want to try to eventually help some of the fighters go to Japan. Maybe get them some sparring. So something like that. Use my connections to help somebody else. Samson has been saying today that Canelo versus Benavidez is going to happen in September. I don't know if I should trust him. He said he respects Canelo's price, and all of a sudden he says Canelo is not scared. Um, Listen, Samson is a very smart, shrewd, experienced boxing man. So I'm confident he can get it over the line, but I don't know, man. I feel like Canelo is playing a little. I feel like there is some gamesmanship from Canelo. Like I feel like he purposely put that number out there to negotiate it through the media and let the Saudis and the boxing world know what exactly it would take to get him in the ring with Benavidez. But look, man, every man has his price. Canelo's named his, so it's up to the powers that be to make the fight happen. Even if us, the boxing fans, think that Canelo's being a straight coward. Oh, he's saying Parker versus Wilder too. I'm going Parker again. I'm picking Joseph Parker against. I'll pick Joseph Parker against like honestly, damn near all the heavyweights right now. Parker's level of activity, the fact that he's still young, the fact that he's so experienced, it gives him a big edge over a lot of guys. So there's not many heavyweights I would pick confidently to beat Joseph Parker. BT, can you get Charleston White on the channel with Pops? I don't know about that one, man. But that would be fun. Derek James has been so bad that Earl Spence has left him. Yeah, I saw that. I saw Earl Spence tweeted about that today. So if not Derek James, then who? You know, I don't know, man. I really hate how boxing treats trainers sometimes. Like this guy built Earl Spence from the ground up. And listen, it's not Derek's fault. Derek had Earl Spence overachieving, in my opinion. And he loses one fight, gets his ass kicked, and it's Derek James' fault. So I don't like how trainers get the shaft when they lose a couple fights. That's what I'm saying. The one thing I can say about Canelo that I really respect, even though they say I'm a Canelo hater, right? Is after all the years, all the losses, everything, he never got rid of Eddie Reynoso. That's the number one thing I respect about Canelo Alvarez. Canelo has a problem with fighting a good prime fighter that's 25 pounds heavier, but when it's a shot due to a company like Makabu, it's an issue. It's not an issue. Man, you said it, man. You said it better than I could. He had no problem talking about he wanted to go to cruiserweight to make history when it was a straight cherry in a past his prime, shot the pieces Makabu, and now it's issue. Arsen Goulamirian is gonna beat the brakes off of Zoro Ramirez. A lot of people say that. A lot of people are thinking that going in. I don't got a prediction on that yet. I'm gonna watch some film before I really start talking about that fight. But Goulamirian's been champion for a while, so good for Goulamirian. Goulamirian finally gets a chance against a name to show himself to the world. Kind of sucks though. I feel like Golden Boy did Zordo and Goulamirian wrong because why would you schedule this on the same day as Fundora versus Zoo? Like the most of boxing is gonna be watching that card. What do I think about Bam and Estrada? I mean, I've been asked this about on a couple lives, but I mean, Bam Rodriguez is he's the Randy Orton of boxing. He's the legend killer. I mean, he's fighting all these older guys, and you know, I think this is probably the toughest one out of all of them because Guile, I think he's not gonna be as there to hit as a guy like, let's say, Rumbersai, but man, it's a tough fight. I mean, I like the fight. I respect the Guile because in a sense, this is a bit of a passing of the torch fight. But let's see if Bam could take the torch from Guile. Because Guile's been one of the premier guys on these weights for a long, long time. Gula Marion is the biggest PED abuser in boxing. Are you sure? Does he got Jerome Miller beat in that department? I heard that Benavidez' opponent is not that bad either. Not that bad. He's the former Ring Magazine lineal light heavyweight champion. Alexander Gvozdyk, 2012 Ukrainian Olympian, knocked out Adonis Stevenson. I mean, come on. Who gives a F about Fundora fighting Zoo? The Ukrainian guy was going to beat Fundora. Yeah, and you're talking about Boachuk. I actually just interviewed Boachuk today. I gotta put it out soon. But, yeah. But you know what? I'm excited. You know, the great thing in all this is my favorite 54-pounder gets a chance to get to crack at Boachuk, and that's Brian Mendoza. Big time Brian Mendoza fan. Looking forward to seeing how Mendoza deals with Boachuk. It's going to be an explosive fight. Okay, brother, please look at Golden Mirror. He makes Jarrell Miller look like nothing. All right, I'm going to do that. Do you think Christian and Billy will get a big fight soon? No, absolutely not. I know and Billy was saying, I want Canelo is the best in the division. I forgot how I said it. I did a real good French accent one time when I was live for one of his fights. But in Billy's fun fighter to watch. Like I don't even care if Billy wins a world title. I just want to see him fight like top names. I don't think he'll get the big fights in Billy because Canelo has all the belts and he's not going to drop them, and Canelo's not going to fight in Billy. So, and I don't even think Billy would get. I don't even think Billy would get a chance to fight Dave Morrell. So what Billy's going to have to do, he gets on a co-promotional deal with Top Rank. Top Rank's going to have to keep Billy busy. He's going to have to fight the guys like Eric Bosnian and who else is at 168. Like just all Pacheco, like all the guys that are in the rankings that don't got big names. He has to fight those guys and win and drum up interest that way because he's not gonna get. They're not just gonna outright pick him for a title shot. Not enough money in there. There's no point. From the Canelo side, there's no points. Kevin Lee Sajo, that's probably the fight to make. Kevin Lee Sajo, Eric Bosnian, Diego Pacheco. These are the kind of guys. Are you ready for the return of the best brothers in boxing history on Sunday? Who's that? Are you talking about Shigeoka? I know you love your Shigeoka brothers, talkers. Is that what you're talking about? Are they fighting on Sunday? If Estrada is in shape and ready to go, he'll beat Bam, but he has to make it 12 rounds. He's not knocking out Bam, that's for sure. Yeah, I don't think he punches hard enough. I don't think he's yeah, I don't see it either, so I'm with you. I'm with you. But shout out to everybody here. It's your boy BT, the untouchable, True School Sports Empire. Damn near half an hour in. Gonna make it a solid hour tonight. The super duper late night. I like Udai. Udai Shigeoka's a really good man. I like that fight. Him taking on a former champion in Melvin Jerusalem. Udai's got this real nice slickness to him, this nice slickness and counterpunching to him. So I'm not sure how I'm gonna watch their fights because they fight on Abima TV and you gotta get VPNs and all that type of stuff. But I'm sure when it comes out, I'll watch it and I'll do a video on it. Shout out to the Shigeoka brothers. Hopefully, maybe when I go to Japan, I could interview the Shigeoka brothers. I mean, they're doing their thing. Can we please get rid of knockout CB Freshmart? Yeah, you always want to hate on the Thailand fighters, Hyro. I'm also to the point where I'm not mad at Crawford going in the opposite direction of Jaron Ennis. Why is that, David? Is that because Boots hasn't really shown any like he's not really visible, he's not really doing a lot to promote himself? Like, what is it? Why are you saying that, champ? Hyro said, I told you PBC was making moves. He's fighting Hans Boy after the Olympics and he'll get iced. All of a sudden, you're dying to watch those brothers. What do you mean all of a sudden? Hyro, it's too late. Like Hyro, the whole day today, the whole day on Instagram and here, you've been talking that bullshit, bro. Stop, bro. Please, please, bro. Like talking that straight bullshit. What do you mean all of a sudden? You're the one. You're the one. You're the one that started dick riding them before I knew who they were. So what do you mean all of a sudden? It's your fault. Robert Guerrero was in the conversation to fight Boots. Yeah, I remember hearing that. He was in the conversation, and thankfully, at least so far, they didn't go ahead and make that fight because Boots versus Robert Guerrero would have been the indictment on his career. That would have been the point where I said, you know what, I'm officially fully jumping off the Boots train. The Shigeoka fights were meant to be on the same show as the Matchroom tournament, so it would have been on the zone. But because Eddie Hearn wanted to pay Mark Dickinson $1 million, it ain't happening. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I was really excited to see what was going to come of Matchroom in Japan. You know, I'm a big fan of Japanese boxing. I love the country, and I was hoping it would have opened some opportunities for some of the lesser known Japanese fighters. Like I'm a big fan of Kanto Hatanaka, who's like a 112 contender right now. A lot of people don't know about him, but he's the son of former WBC champion Kiyoshi Hatanaka. So I was hoping like guys like him could get on those shows, and it would open up the doors for more Japanese fighters to come to the forefront and become more household names in the hardcore boxing community. But God knows it's gonna happen, you know. Kanto was nice. He fought Akira Hoshiyuma, I think it was his name. Southpaw. You know, really tough fight for him. He was able to grind it out. I was kind of hoping that Matchroom would go the direction of maybe making a fight between him and Galal Yafai. That would have been the perfect type of a fight to put on that card. UK, Japan in the flyweight division. You know, the gold medalist from the UK versus the son of a former Japanese world champion, you know. Junto versus Takuma in the future. Could be. I mean, sometimes with these Japanese fighters, it depends. Like, I know Junto is Tekken Promotions. I know Junto is Tekken Promotions. Takuma is Ohashi Promotions. So I think it's doable. I mean, Mr. Honda, from what I've come to learn from Japanese boxing, from my good buddy Kai Zama, you know, Kai Zama, former Japanese professional fighter, training fighters in LA, like really good friend of mine. You know, me and him have some plans to do some big things in boxing in the future, and he kind of educated me. He put me on game into how Japanese boxing works and the way and I knew Mr. Honda was a big deal, but the way he explained Mr. Honda's influence on Japanese boxing, basically nothing gets done in Japanese boxing without Mr. Honda. Mr. Honda directly or indirectly has a role to play in all Japanese boxing. Santillan is a better opponent for Boots than Crowley is. I do, however, take it as Santillan doesn't want to fight Boots. He called out Barrios. I don't think so. I think Santillan will fight Boots. I think Barrios is just a fight that's, you know, he's a Mexican American fighter just like he is. That's a very sellable fight on the West Coast. You got San Antonio versus San Diego. It's a sellable fight. But I hear you. So Mr. Honda is the Japanese Al Heyman. No. The way it was explained to me is Mr. Honda is actually more powerful than Al Heyman in Japan. The way that's how because basically the way it was explained to me is that any Japanese fighter, and it doesn't matter who their promoter is, if they want to fight abroad internationally, they got to go through Mr. Honda. They got to go through him. If not, then there's going to be some big problems. Mr. Honda, yeah. Andrew said it best. Tucker said it best. Mr. Honda is the Japanese Turki Ali Sheik. What's disappointing in all this is I actually want to see a Crawford versus Ennis fight. Let me ask y'all this. So let's just say Sebastian Fundora pulls off the upset somehow, knocks the hell out of Tim Tszyu. Do you guys see a scenario where maybe because Fundora isn't the name that Tim Tszyu is and doesn't have a country behind him like Tim Tszyu does, do you think maybe then Crawford maybe gives more consideration to a Boots fight, or is it just the fact that Boots doesn't bring nothing to the table? It's not going to happen. You know, what do you guys think? Yeah, and I think Ennis isn't helping his case either. Ennis is just chilling every week. Every week I go on Twitter, and he tweets the same tweets. You know, 8 rounds with 2 sparring partners, feeling sharp, and then every Sunday around like nighttime. Good. It was a good word at church today. Like Boots ain't active. He's out of sight. He's out of mind, and he's not really like doing what he like. The people that handle his career and him himself, they're not really doing what they can to force Crawford's hand. And it's really sad because I want to see that fight. Yeah, Boots gotta start talking shit. I agree. Closed mouths don't get fed. Why did Salvador Sanchez duck? Oh my God! Stop, bro. Just stop. Stop, Hyro. People say Vosdick is shot all they want, but it's better than Ennis, Chepik, and Crowley. It's better than just about anything Ennis has had as a. Alexander Vosdick at 36 years old is better than anything on Boots Ennis' resume, honestly. Now, Takuma is managed by Tekken but managed by Ohashi. It's confusing. The whole Japanese boxing is just so different. Like I've explained many times. In Japan, the gym you train at, every gym in Japan is a promoter. So your gym is your promoter. There is no like, it's not like here in the States or just everywhere else in the world where, you know, the gym is the gym and the promoter is a separate entity. No, your gym is your promoter. Shout out to MEZBX, says Zhang versus Wilder is interesting. It's a very interesting fight. Two vulnerable, very flawed punchers who lost to Joseph Parker. I love that fight. I like that fight, and I like the fact that Philip Hergovich is fighting Dubois on that card, and it's all better. It's on a better be at Bivol card. So I'm saying it like this, man. I always said if better be at Bivol got made, that was the fight that could get me to Saudi. The fact that they put Philip Hergovich on that card against Dubois in a good fight, and they put Zhang versus Wilder, might need to get some extra stamps on the passport coming up soon. I think Boots should just move on with his career, clean up 147, and move on up. But yeah, I mean, but in order to do that, you got to get active, and it's just sad. We need Raymond Ford versus Nick Ball on that card. Well, look, Raymond Ford said he's more than open to the opportunity of fighting Nick Ball. Nick Ball really should be the WBC champion right now, and yeah, man. Listen, Raymond Ford, I was there. I was there when he beat my boy Oda Beck. It was a sad, heartbreaking night, but he's earned the right to be in whatever fight for the next fight he wants. For when you put on a fight that damn exciting, you've earned the right for at least a fight or two to do whatever the hell you want. So he can do what he wants. He said there ain't no shit to clean up at 147. There's no star power. Yeah, honestly, like the only two fights I want to see your Boots at 147 are fights that he doesn't even like. He's not gonna get any credit for those fights. Whatever, Hyro. The only one who is even gonna give a chance to beat Boots is Giovanni, and he might not either. I want to see Boots fight either Giovanni Santillan or Jin Sasaki, the Japanese welterweight, because that boy is explosive. He can punch. You know, I would love that fight. He's young. You know, why not? I'm looking forward to seeing. Hopefully, I want Boots to move up to 54. I want Crawford to just get rid of all the belts. I want all 4 belts vacant. And I'm hoping to see Jin Sasaki hopefully become a welterweight champion, because there's never been a Japanese welterweight champion. So that'd be pretty cool. He'd be a pretty big star. BT, have you seen the fight in Italy of the Japanese? No, I heard about it. You're talking about the one today? I didn't watch it. I've only heard about it and seen clips here and there. So I gotta watch it. You saw the Dodgers versus Padres Korea series. Dodgers will be a peak in valleys of a season with Yamamoto pitching form he shows. I didn't watch it, man. I'm not. I mean, I bought this Marlins cap yesterday. Shout out to the Marlins. They didn't do shit in the offseason, so I'm not really excited about what the hell's gonna happen with them. But no, I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it. Jin Sasaki can ice anyone, but also get iced by anyone. A top 5 action fighter in the sport. Hopefully, he steps up after this fight in a few weeks. Yeah, people don't really understand. Like, unless you stayed up and watched the Kenshiro undercards and you saw his fight against Keita Obara, you have no idea how exciting this guy is. I mean, he gets up off the canvas. He fights you tooth and nail to the very end. I love him. I think he's gonna be great to once he gets more relevant in the welterweight division, he'll be a great addition to the top of the welterweight division. That's why I really want him to get up there. I feel like if he could get up there and start knocking some guys out, maybe he could rise in the division. Be a option. We can do Philly versus Japan part 2, and Boots can get some get back for Stephen Fulton. You always talk about Ian Green, but never associate Ian Green with Elijah Garcia, who's ranked number 2, because Elijah Garcia is fighting whoever I forgot who he's fighting, but he's fighting, so he's got a fight date soon, Hyro. But yeah, Elijah can get it too. He can get the smoke from Ian Green. Why not? Does Campbell Hatton get slept tomorrow? Listen, Campbell Hatton is coming. Guys, Campbell Hatton is coming to fuck everyone up. Campbell Hatton's coming for Shakur. He's coming for Devin. That's why these guys are all moving up in weight, because they don't want to fight Campbell Hatton. Of course he's not getting slept. Do you think Ben Whitaker can be the top fighter? Yeah, he could. Ben, I don't have a name in mind, but I think he's got the athleticism, the punching power to beat, somebody, in the top. But, right now, he's still in development. He's 26, though, so he's got to kind of speed up his development. But I think he'll be one of the guys, once these belts inevitably fragment after Undisputed, he'll be a guy that I think could pick up a title in the future. I'm wondering if he's going to have a similar career like Naseem Hamed, like guy who was very, very much a showman. But then when he stepped up and fought like a killer, like when Naseem fought Barrera, he got beat the fuck up. So we'll see how it goes. I like Ben Whitaker. I met him. I interviewed him last year here when he was down here in South Florida at Delray Beach Boxing. So great personality, great for the sport, polarizing figure. We need guys like him in the sport. And I would love for him to come to the States and start trying to build up his fan base here in the States. That's what he needs to do. Ian Green, Hamza Shiraz, Lara, Adamas, and yeah, man. Shout out to all those guys. Yeah, Kyron Davis. He's fighting. Thank you, Tiger. It's late. I'm forgetting. So yeah, Elijah's fighting Kyron Davis. But yeah, Hyro, if they want to make the fights, listen, I like Ian Green. Ian Green is my favorite. He is my favorite middleweight right now. So why not? Whoever he's got to fight to get to the title, why not? BT, what was your thoughts on the PBC open workouts? It was just odd. I mean, they had the backdrop. Like, they had the backdrop, but they couldn't even properly zoom in on the backdrop. So you're seeing all the other stuff there. Like, it was. I mean, their documentary series was great, but their open workout, it felt like I was watching high school production. We got my main man, Steven Rodriguez. Everybody show your appreciation for Steven Rodriguez, one of the local amateur coaches. Plumbing in the daytime, boxing at night. It's the work after the work. Good to see you, Steven. Hope all is well with you and the champ, Andrew Lawson. Ben Whitaker, Khalil Cole, Ali Ismailov. Ali Ismailov is a good fighter. I like Ali Ismailov. Make the fights, Ben Whitaker versus those guys. Ben Whitaker versus Paulo Okozo, Ben Whitaker versus Teef Overton. There's a lot of great, fights in that next wave in the next era of the light heavyweight division. So I'm looking forward to it, and Ben Whitaker's going to be a big part of that. What are your thoughts on Chocolatito moving up to 118? I think it's a bad move. He doesn't need to go anywhere near Junto. Well, I don't think he's trying to go anywhere near Junto. I think he's not going to fight Junto. He's not going to fight Takuma Inoue. If he goes to 118, I think he's going to fight either Maloney or Emmanuel Rodriguez. Those are the two guys I think he's targeting. He'll leave the Japanese champions alone. Junto's too big, too young, too strong, too fresh right now for Roman Gonzalez, so I don't think that's a good idea. And Takuma Inoue, he's friends with Roman Gonzalez is friends with Inoue, right? So maybe he doesn't maybe he doesn't fight Takuma for that reason. So yeah, I'm thinking Maloney or I'm thinking Rodriguez. He says Maloney and Rodriguez are gonna get beat by Yoshi Takai and Nishida. So it's just gonna be all Japanese at bantamweight. It's gonna be crazy. I don't know if I agree with you on the Nishida fight. I mean, I gotta go watch Nishida fight. I was looking at when I saw his record. I mean, he has like one knockout in 8 fights, but Manny Rodriguez is still pretty high level. So I'm gonna go watch Nishida before I really like go off on who I think will win. But I think Roman Gonzalez is gonna fight Manny Rodriguez for the IBF. BT, should Estrada retire after he beats Bam? Man, I'll tell you right now. If Guy, I've said it already. I'm getting it on record. Y'all know Roman Gonzalez is my favorite fighter, and I think he's the best fighter of that crop, from his era, of that whole era between him, Cuadras, Gallo, Estrada, Rung Vasai, just that whole era. But I'm gonna tell you like this: if Gallo beats Bam Rodriguez, that's the kind of win that I would say puts him definitively above Roman Gonzalez, honestly, because now he beat a guy that he wasn't supposed to beat, who was a young, strong fighter in his prime. Nishida is all wrong for Emmanuel Rodriguez. He punches a lot harder than his record suggests. All right, I'll be looking out for him. Hyro says, Nochinga is the only champion at 108 who's iced out with chain. Nah, Hyro. Nah, man. You was hating on Nochinga. You was making fun of him when he lost Adrian Carrillo. So you stay over there on that side. You wasn't fucking with Nochinga then. Don't start fucking with him now. You don't like Seven Athlete Nochinga. The question is, how motivated is Emmanuel Rodriguez? He literally retired for about 6 days, and then his coach had to talk him out of it. Your guess is as good as mine. I think once a fighter starts thinking about retirement, it's about that time to hang it up. He literally retired, so, his motivation is there to be questioned. Nochinga is going to lose to Araneta, and he probably gets stopped. That's a hard-ass fight for him. I'm looking forward to see how that one pans out. I'm a big Nochinga fan. I always wanted to see Nochinga versus the Amazing Boy. That was the fight that I was campaigning for, but the Curiel loss kind of threw that off, and then Jonathan Gonzalez not wanting any smoke, pulling out of fights and whatnot. That ruined everything. And I'll tell you this: when I went to Japan in May, I talked to Kenshiro, and obviously we had to communicate through a translator, but all I'll tell you was this: he's very, very confident he's gonna beat the brakes off Jonathan Gonzalez. Like, he loves that fight. Kind of like you, BT. You retired from watching boxing for about 3 hours and a half, and then out of nowhere started doing. Yeah, who could forget? See, those of you who really been following me, who could forget the retirement from boxing that I had in 2021, the summer of 2021, where BT got all discouraged, and it wasn't 3 hours. It was a week. I didn't do anything for about a week, and then I came back. But yeah, I guess I'm just like Emmanuel Rodriguez. I'm like Shakur Stevenson. I'm like Teofimo Lopez. I had a fake retirement too. So maybe when these guys do fake retirements, I shouldn't talk too much because I had one like that too. So Jonathan Gonzalez is genuinely one of the worst people in boxing. I heard Cancio versus him is happening in June and July. I've never met Jonathan Gonzalez. I've never interacted with him, so I don't got an opinion on him. But I just hate how this whole Kenshiro thing has been handled, because we should be going into the summer talking about Kenshiro versus whoever for undisputed, and we're not getting it, and it's all down to Jonathan Gonzalez. Yeah, man, Jonathan Gonzalez. I really hope when Kenshiro fights him, he ices Jonathan Gonzalez because it's just all this back and forth and pulling out of fights, and you like, come on, man. Kenshiro needs to be undisputed. Like, I need to see Kenshiro with all the belts. I need to see my boy Kenshiro iced out with all the belts. And I think for just for the respect that he deserves, he needs to be undisputed because he won't even get any pound for pound consideration here in the States until he's undisputed. It's ridiculous. He should already be on the pound for pound list. He's been one of boxing's most consistent champions. He's in the top five amongst all active fighters in world title defenses for their career. Yeah, man. So listen, man. Jonathan Gonzalez, stop ducking that man. Stop ducking the amazing boy. All right, we can't Shiro fans over here. I'm tired of Bomba. Bomba needs to needs to cut the shit. I think Kenshiro beats Jonathan Gonzalez and Luchinga. I want to see Kenshiro at 112 or against Sonny Edwards. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I mean, I would like to see Kenshiro. Yeah, Kenshiro at 112 against Sonny Edwards sounds about right. Or Kenshiro against that Seigo Yuri Akui. That'd be a good fight too. When that crystal music hits, you know it's time for King Ken to hand out a beating. Yeah, King Ken. My dad calls him the White Shark because of his jacket, the little jacket he wears. But yeah, I'm really hoping that when I go to Japan in July or August, I'm hoping Kenshiro has a fight sign. I want to watch Kenshiro fight live in Japan. I gotta see it live. Khalil Cole, Atif, Akozo, Najee Lopez, Dante Benjamin. That's the future of the light heavyweight division. Don't sleep on Ali Asmaliyev, which I'm not, because I used to see Ali all the time down here in South Florida. And Pavel, yeah, and I've heard about Pavel. Pavel's a really good fighter as well. So light heavyweight, maybe not right away, not tomorrow, but in a couple years, light heavyweight will become one of the best divisions in boxing. It'll return to prominence real quickly as one of the best divisions in boxing. So what's the status on Johnny Beck versus Hamza Shiraz? It's been ordered by one of the sanctioning bodies, and from what I heard, Shiraz wants that fight. Hopefully nobody ducks. I haven't heard anything, but that's one of the best fights that could be made in the middleweight division. So hopefully they go ahead and make it because Johnny Beck needs to fight better competition. I mean, you fought Vincenzo Gutierrez to unify. You had one of the easiest unification fights in history. So. Shout out to Taco. He says, Okolie versus Rozanski for the WBC Bridgeweight title in Poland is the fight to save boxing. Oh my God. I like Lawrence Okolie as a person. You know, his fights can be boring at times, but he's gonna try to become a two division champion. And hopefully they can get Adam Smith to commentate, because I used to always get a kick out of when Lawrence Okolie was when Lawrence Okolie first came out in the pros. Adam Smith would lose his shit every time Lawrence got a knockout. He'd be like, Lawrence Okolie! Lose his mind. Is it true that Spence flew with Derek James? That's what it seems like, but nobody really knows yet, so we're going to have to wait and see. Yeah, I saw that. Chalkers, that he's with GMB Sports. Jonathan shouldn't be fighting him so soon. He's only had one fight since he returned. People would just bash Cam for beating an inactive fighter. No, they wouldn't. They'd be happy that the division is getting closer to undisputed. They should have already been fought. I think Johnny Beck is overrated, to be honest, even though I can't stand that Andre Munguia wouldn't fight him. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I like Johnny Beck. I've been a Johnny Beck fan since he was about 6-0 or 7-0. I like Johnny Beck. But it's, he's in a bad division, like a really bad, piss poor, historically bad middleweight division. So part of it is that too. He can't even get like proper credit for beating anybody, because there's not a whole lot of guys that you could say are like, you know what, this guy is a great fighter. BT, you don't think Lara is an elite middleweight? I don't think much of Lara in general. Just middleweight anyway. I'm not a big Lara guy. Middleweight isn't bad anymore though. It's not great. I'm trying to see Jonathan Gonzalez get absolutely washed. I think Lara stops Zerafa. Oh, it's very possible, man. That's an intriguing fight. Zerafa's athletic. He moves around pretty well. Um, I'm really intrigued to see what kind of adjustments he's made with Nonito Donaire in his corner, helping him out in camp. You know? I remember many years ago when Zerafa fought Kell Brook. I enjoyed that fight. Who the hell was Spence gonna go to at this point? I don't know. I don't know. I don't even think, honestly, I'd question if Spence is even gonna box much longer, because when you get your ass beat like that, and you know, Spence is already secure what he's wanted out of boxing, financial stability, a ranch, horses. I mean, he don't need anything else out of the sport from a material standpoint. Retire. BT, what's the weakest division right now? 105 cruiserweight or middleweight? Definitely middleweight. 100% middleweight. Yeah, Ronnie Shields. I can see Ronnie Shields. I can see Spence being around Ronnie Shields. You know, that makes sense. Texas. You know. 105 is, yeah, 105 actually turned into a pretty good division. So I wouldn't put 105 in there, but I would say middleweight by far the worst division in boxing. I think Jonathan should fight Connie Sa. That's a great fight. I mean, Connie Salas just gave Kenshiro the fight of his life. Jonathan Gonzalez is afraid of the fight of his life with Kenshiro, so why not have them fight each other? Yeah, Derek. He made a mistake that a lot of trainers make when they start having success. You know, they have success. Once you have one guy, everyone wants to start training with you. So that happened to him, and he spread himself too thin. Who's the worst champion in boxing in your opinion? It's definitely not. Chris Benoit-Smith's a legitimate world champion. He beat Lawrence Okoli. He gave you right. In fact, he's on the wall. He had the British Fight of the Year, my boy Isaac Chamberlain. I mean, we're not gonna disrespect Chris Benoit-Smith, but I would say Ray Vargas. I'm gonna go Ray Vargas. If not Ray, I'll go Ray. Ray Vargas is bad. He says Chris Benoit-Smith is absolutely dreadful. I like Chris Benoit-Smith. But maybe I'm alone. I know not everybody shares my sentiments about Chris, but Ray Vargas is quality, but like there's guys that are quality fighters with the you know what I mean. Like he's a quality fighter, but he sucks. Like there's guys that can box, but like I don't want to watch them fight, and he's one of them. He's dreadful to me. How you gonna be a Mexican and be boring? You can't. That's not part of the program. Hyro says Chris Benoit-Smith beats black fighters cleanly. He does. What he beat? He beat Isaac Chamberlain. He beat Tommy McCarthy. He beat who else? He beat Hyro. Oh God, Hyro was crazy. Did Goulamirian take roids a while ago? Yeah, he did. The worst champion maybe was the Argentinian boxer who was like 40-1, 40-0 1 KO. Yeah, you're talking about Rene Cesar Quensa, TBE, the guy that Julius Ndongo knocked the fuck out to become champion. Oh no, not Julius Ndongo. Troy Anovsky knocked him out, and then Ndongo knocked out Troy Anovsky. That's who it was. But guys, look, on that note, listen. We officially reached the 1 hour mark, so I'm gonna wrap it up and get some rest here. But listen, it was a pleasure. Tomorrow or later today, I should say, later today, you will get a special live. We will do the Florida Panthers versus New York Rangers. Live hockey game reaction / random boxing talks. Y'all can get your boxing questions in too, and we'll have fun with it tomorrow. We'll switch it up a little bit, but we'll see you tomorrow. I'll have some content out before then, so check out all the content that you missed, that you didn't miss. You know, everything. Just go back, go to the archives, pick through you know, pick any one of the 7,000 plus videos I made over the years and just go watch the archives. But guys, take care. God bless. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys.